Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. I wanted to start with this video from DJ Peter Vass. It says, listen to this, laugh out loud.
Alexa, will Ripple win the lawsuit versus the SEC?
Ripple Labs looks well positioned to win the case against the Securities and Exchange Commission, and it could be a massive boost to the entire cryptocurrency industry.
Alexa, do you ever lie to me?
I don't lie. I'll always tell you what I know.
And there's a lot of people in the comments talking about like Alexa listens to all, so she knows more than we do. Alexa is a part of the inside information. But yeah, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to cover just a couple different tweet threads from Johnny Deaton, a couple stuff from digital asset investors. I think there's like one or two clips in here that I wanted to cover. Quickly looking at CoinGecko, we're currently sitting at $971 billion market cap. Bitcoin sitting at 18,936. Ethereum sitting at 1318, and then XRP sitting at 48 cents. Obviously having a pullback, but we're still up 37% in the past 7 days. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index still in the extreme fear range at 24. Coming over here, this from just as this quick like community little update. I've been seeing this going around, like these scammers are getting better when it comes to Twitter, and they have like, you know, Brad Garlinghouse's image here with this you know, the check mark there, like kind of validating the authority and position within I guess Twitter, the algorithm. But this is all fake. This is a scam, so make sure you protect yourself. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. We have an update from James K. Fallon here. It says, here's the SEC's argument as I interpret it. It says, quote, we aren't saying XRP isn't a security per se. What we are saying is that any purchase of XRP as a matter of economic reality is an investment in a common enterprise with other XRP holders with Ripple. It says, whether it's through horizontal commonality or strict vertical commonality, it is an investment in a common enterprise with other XRP holders and with Ripple. So while XRP may not be a security per se, there's no other possible way to offer or sell XRP except as a security. He continues, and when you realize what the SEC is saying, no matter how it is framed, the judgment that the SEC wants is one that incorporates secondary sales. See screenshot below where the SEC uses the words a purchase in all units. So if we click in this, I might have to zoom out here. It says, first, the undisputed facts show that as a matter of economic reality, a purchase of XRP is an investment into a common enterprise with other XRP holders, and with Ripple, all units of XRP are fungible with each other, and the price of all units of XRP rise or fall equally. Crazy, man. Uh-oh, what happened? All right, XRP Crypto Wolf says, that's a terrible argument by the SEC because absolutely no one bought XRP thinking they were entering an investment contract with Ripple. I mean, absolutely. Come on now. Riz says, Gary Gensler resign, hashtag ETHgate. Moving on here, let me move my mic closer. This is from Johnny Deaton. He says, reading the SEC complaint again, taking notes for the Amici, it is embarrassing. They are saying things like, quote, a blogger wrote, a Business Insider reporter said, and every single time except once that they say XRP investors relied on Ripple's statements, they have no proof to back it up. Then he has this tweet there right here that kind of goes hand in hand with it. It says, even without an Amici brief, XRP holders have already had a major impact on the SEC versus Ripple case. As I'm reading the SEC's motion for summary judgment a third time in preparation for our Amici brief, I wanted to say to the thousands of XRP holders who signed sworn affidavits, we submitted over 2,500 affidavits, Ripple and the SEC testifying as to why and how people acquired XRP, some including non-investment reasons, whether they knew anything about Ripple when they acquired XRP, how they utilized XRP, the XRPL, and the use of the DEX. Why do you think the SEC abandoned the expert offering testimony regarding what a reasonable XRP purchaser relied on when acquiring XRP? Do you recall the litigation involved with that expert? The SEC asked for me to be thrown off the case when I asked the judge to participate. The SEC chose not to use the expert. Recall FN1 informing the court that this expert was offering these opinions despite not having interviewed a single XRP purchaser, which is crazy. Which is crazy to think, like, you're supposed to be this expert, right, trying to prove this point, and you haven't even, interviewed a single actual, XRP investor, or as you could say, purchaser, as he says here, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Johnny Dean continues to says, if the SEC had relied on his opinion for its summary judgment, Ripple had a lot to use from XRP holders. He continues, instead, there's no significant evidence establishing XRP holders relied on Ripple's efforts or its promise in public statements. It says read pages 53 through 63 covering XRP holders. It's only talks about Ripple and that advertising and marketing, nothing showing it was all successful. Why did the SEC choose not to use the expert? Because you chose to fight back. Most of the affidavits were notarized, requiring even more effort. The affidavits were the XRP holders from over 50 countries around the world. You made a difference. Absolutely, man. I mean, shout out to everyone that's involved. I mean, from the investigators, the Twitter sleuths, to people just liking and sharing content, making YouTube videos, being a part of the class action lawsuit, doing everything possible to get your hands and fight the good fight. Shout out to everybody. That's huge. This is from a Real XRP Boy. I don't know when this interview was, but I thought it was quite intriguing. It's about 2 minutes long. I want to take a listen into this.
Well, so I do think, as you say, I think it's a pretty bellwether case at this point. And we talked about, the Howey test is this Orange Grove Supreme Court case from the 40s. I think that the Ripple test may be what we look at in the future. And, there are a lot of facts and circumstances that can be unique. But for Ripple and what the SEC is trying to do, I do think it's just the SEC trying to overreach the statute. And again, Congress gives the SEC power. The SEC can't just go take power. Congress has to pass laws that say, here's the framework. And in this case, what we're really talking about is the 1933 Securities Act, which created the SEC, which said if there's an investment contract, later on the Howey test.
When people think about the SEC versus the CFTC in terms of being the regulator of crypto, the SEC is typically seen as being stricter and kind of harder in their stance on digital assets. CFTC a bit softer. Does that stereotype bear out?
Well, I would characterize the SEC has built a reputation, I think, deserved as being a bully. Many players that the SEC has gone after, they simply have to fold their cards. I mean, Ripple will spend well over $100 million defending ourselves in a case that we have tried to move forward as quickly as we can, and the SEC has gone as slowly as they can. I mean, another example I think is pretty profound. There's a kind of infamous speech that Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance in the SEC, gave in June of 2018 saying, ETH is not a security. And the judge 5 times in the last 18 months, the judge in our case, she has ordered the SEC to turn over the notes in that case 5 times. We still don't have those notes. And I look at that as like the SEC, it is a government agency. The government works for the people. The judge is ordering the SEC to turn these notes over, and they won't do it, and they keep coming up with new reasons why. So much so that the judge, in her most recent ruling, said the SEC is being hypocritical, and I will quote, saying not following a faithful allegiance to the law. These are damning words for an agency whose mission is stated as to protect investors.
Hands down. I mean, absolutely. I love this. Do it. And then you got Medea down there. This is digital asset investor responding to Charles Hawkinson's post here. If I come in here, it says, for anyone curious about how media bias works, here is a wonderful apples to apples comparison. 2 blockchains upgrade in the same month. Both are significant in hard forks. One was delayed by years, the other by only 3 months. Which delay gets mentioned? And then it shows like Ethereum activates the merge as it shifts to proof of stake. And then it's Cardano's Vasil upgrade triggers after a 3-month delay. And then he goes, digital asset investor says, it's called ETHgate. And when, and we have the video, we have the timeline, we have it all. I've always said you were one of the good guys. That's why they attack you. Yeah, man, it's, gosh, I keep talking about this documentary. If it ever does come out, which I'm sure it will, if they're talking about this being one of the biggest, financial scams in history, them trying to create a monopoly with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they've been caught by Twitter sleuths and people on YouTube. This is going to be super intriguing, especially if not all of the, facts, which I highly doubt, if all the facts came out, oh my gosh, I think it would be probably one of the most interesting, films or flicks, whatever you want to call it, ever. It's crazy, man. There's been a lot of price suppressions, FUD campaigns, a lot of narratives that's been pushed to kind of, obviously, I guess, fulfill the incumbents, and I guess we'll say the bad actors within the industry is trying to fill their pockets and fill their agenda, at the expense of all the other investors and at the expense of the space. It's crazy, man. This is huge. This is obviously Caroline DeFam here in Bragon House. We talked about this, I want to say like a week ago or something, or whatever they took this picture. But we've been talking about how they're saying Hester Pierce in the community isn't, crypto mom. All she's doing is talking, not whistleblowing and not really taking action outside of words. And now you got Caroline coming in, or is it Coraline? I'm not sure how to say it. Caroline DeFam. She's coming out, I guess swinging, blazing. I mean, having meetings, and really being about the health and wellness and the justness and fairness within the industry, which is huge. And now, you got people like Riz XRP, digital asset investors, saying hashtag crypto Wonder Woman. Who needs, crypto mom when you have crypto Wonder Woman? So shout out to Caroline DeFam. That's huge, man. But that's the update I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key YouTube channel and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto is Key 1. I really appreciate your support. I'm going to continue to bring you content. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.